The Icelandic fishing town of Vestmannaeyjar sits dwarfed by massive volcanic cliffs. Here, the ocean dictates the local economy, the daily schedule, and, entirely too often, who gets to live another year. In 1973, a boat named the Sjøstjernen went out to sea. The ocean decided it would not return. 10 men sank with the ship, including Omar's grandfather, leaving 21 children fatherless. In this family, a rigid archetype emerged. The men faced 3 predetermined paths. You went to sea, you went into computers, or got into things you shouldn't. From birth, Omar's life path was already hard-coded. Heritage demanded he step onto a boat and brave the exact same freezing waters that took his ancestors. In a sterile hospital room in 1976, a doctor held up the newborn baby, Omar. He examined the child the way one might inspect a slightly disappointing catch of the day. The doctor delivered his clinical prognosis. The child was a long-term project destined to be either a fisherman or an IT specialist. Omar's father, standing indoors wearing full, heavy-duty fishing gear, simply nodded. He looked at the boy, hoping only that he had a high tolerance for rain. This childhood was framed as an unavoidable occupational assignment. To survive it, Omar would have to find a way to hack his way out of the bloodline's default settings. Omar found his escape hatch in the living rooms of his apartment block. Instead of heading to the docks, he picked up a soldering iron, repairing VCRs and tracing logic boards for his neighbors. This local reputation led to a career pivot in 1999, when the town's only IT company hired him to fix the impending Y2K bug. This computer flaw represented years with only 2 digits, threatening to crash global networks when the year 2000 arrived. The ocean of his ancestors was violent, chaotic, and entirely indifferent to human life. Computer hardware operated on strict logic. If it broke, you could isolate the problem and actually fix it. Identifying and correcting a literal computer flaw became his method for debugging his own dangerous, predetermined family legacy. Out on the freezing Atlantic, 2 burly fishermen in a tiny boat are violently tossed by massive waves, solemnly praising Omar's dangerous new technical career. Meanwhile, in a warm, overly bright 1999 office cubicle, Omar was sweating in absolute sheer panic. He was attempting to clear a stubborn paper jam while simultaneously installing Windows 98. Back in the storm, a wave crashed over the bow. The fishermen nodded grimly to one another, agreeing that a paper jam is a truly brutal way to go. The literal life-or-death stakes of the sea stood in stark, absurd contrast to the artificial, mundane stress of the modern server room. Omar rapidly advanced his technical skills, moving from a basic IT technician to earning his Microsoft-certified professional credentials, and eventually taking on the role of department manager. Today, he operates as an independent consultant, specializing in cloud architecture and AI-assisted workflows. AI-assisted workflows use artificial intelligence to automate repetitive tasks, allowing systems to independently route data and trigger actions without human input. By migrating his life's work entirely to the digital realm, he traded the unpredictable, dangerous ocean for the perfectly controllable, automated stability of the cloud. Analyzing a broken system, managing the mess, and performing a slow, methodical debug is as much a part of Omar's history as it is his profession. His personal system patch yielded clear results. He survived the grim odds of his hometown, raised 4 children, and built a thriving career as an independent consultant. In March 2026, Jupiter turns direct in Gemini. For those who track the stars, this alignment suggests a period where stalled projects regain speed and long-delayed conversations finally resume. But Omar didn't need the stars to align. By stepping away from the docks decades ago, he actively programmed a completely new, tragedy-free outcome for his entire bloodline. In a quiet 2026 office, an eccentric astrologer bursts through the door, throwing handfuls of glitter into the air, to proudly announce that the planetary alignment has finally cleared the path for Omar's future. Omar stares back, completely unimpressed. He quietly explains that his recent surge in forward momentum is actually just the result of a newly deployed Python automation script, not the cosmos. He takes a slow, obnoxiously loud sip from his coffee mug. The astrologer, realizing the lack of impact, awkwardly begins sweeping the glitter off the office floor. Whether a person's survival is written in the stars or written in Python, the result is the same. Omar rewrote his own destiny the moment he refused to let the sea dictate his code.